Whoa, what a start to the season. Absolutely unbelievable. Liverpool losing 7-2 to Aston Villa. Tottenham beating Manchester United 6-1 at Old Trafford. Everton are on top of the table. Leicester beating Man City 5-2. Like, what is going on? What is going on this season? It's absolutely ridiculous. In one of my other videos, I said that it was going to be a wild season, but I could never foresee this. Aston Villa are second, Manchester United with -6 goal difference. Like, who could predict that? Manchester United have been so poor though. Like, what has happened this season? And Aston Villa have gone above and beyond what I expected of them this season. I expect them to get relegated, and it looks like they're doing the opposite. They're trying to make the top four. Now, obviously, they won't make the top four, but what a start. And Manchester United, being a Manchester United fan, it's absolutely, I'm not sure what the word is actually. Is it devastating? Is it confusing? I just don't know how. Because look, going back to the Tottenham game, regardless of Martial going on and off, Tottenham were going to win that game. Like, that was clear. So, you can't really give excuses. You can't really say that, if Manchester United would have lost 2-1, you could probably say that, well, the red card changed everything. But because that they were playing so badly, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, the red card changed nothing in that game. So yeah, like, what, where do we even go from here? Because, well, for one thing, the international break has actually come at a good time. I don't usually say that, but it'll give us time to actually digest and take in what we've seen. Because I have no idea what's going on this season. It is, as I said, it is wild, and it might actually continue. It might actually continue. I think right after Game Week 4 ended, I wrote down some notes, and one of them was Everton are a genuine threat to the traditional top six. So obviously Everton have had a good start to the season, but I think they're poor defensively. Like, they are really, really poor. It's actually shocking. I don't even know how they're in top of the table. Like, they've played some really good football and they've looked really good, but as the season goes on, I think they're going to start dropping points because that defense will let them down. However, having said that, Everton's main rivals this season will be Arsenal, Liverpool. Oh, that Liverpool game looks really good now. The Merseyside Derby coming up after the international break. So watching that. Then there's Tottenham, Chelsea, Manchester City, and Man United. Actually, Everton have already beaten Tottenham, so they've already passed one test. Um, but the question is whether they continue to keep doing that. That will be the real question. I think they are a genuine chance for the top four, even regardless of their defensive issues. And also, Leicester City is a question mark because of what happened last season. They dropped off massively, and there's two reasons why that is. Number one is they could not score goals in the second half of the season. That was clear. They're too reliant on Jamie Vardy, and it's something they haven't addressed for this season either. So that's another worry for them. Even defensively, last season defensively, they looked shocking in the second half of last season. If there's ever a definition of falling off a cliff, like, that was it. Leicester, 2019-20 season, second half, falling off a cliff. And yeah, they just haven't addressed the issues they had last season. Not enough, anyway. Um, yeah, so I'd probably say that Leicester aren't a threat to the top four. They'll probably come close like they did last season, but it won't be. I don't think it'll be good enough. Arsenal, they're doing what they need to do, churning out results. Arsenal are another team that haven't really been impressive. Like, they've actually looked pretty poor. Apart from the Fulham game, they've actually looked pretty poor this season. Even against West Ham, they got away with that one. They got lucky. It was pretty much a smash and grab. And but the thing is, they're picking up points, so a win's a win. And if they keep churning out results like this, then they probably will be in and around the top four. Liverpool, I think that was a one-off. I don't think they'll play as badly as they did against Villa. Although I don't think they played Actually, if you concede 7 goals, that's you play badly. But I think they played well in spells in that game, and on another day they probably would have, done better. But I guess not this time. Um, yeah, look, they'll still win the title. They'll bounce back. When they get their players back, like Mane, he missed out because he had the coronavirus. I think there was some players missing, like Henderson. So when those players come back, like they'll be back to normal. Tottenham have been a weird team. They've looked really, really dangerous this season. But at the same time, there's a result against Everton, and then there's also the Newcastle result where that was unlucky, I guess. They probably should have picked up all 3 points, and Newcastle have been decent this season, so that's a factor. But yeah, they've looked even against Southampton, they looked really. That first 45 minutes was just kind of shambolic, and then they turned it on in the second half. So I don't know where Tottenham are right now. I think they're a genuine top four chance because of how much firepower they have, and obviously the Bale still has to come back, so that is another factor. But they look really dangerous going forward. That you just can't count them out of the top four. But at the same time, you've got results like Newcastle in them. So I don't know. I think no, they're dangerous enough to make the top four. So yeah, that's what I'll say. Chelsea, they've been unimpressive this season. They like I don't yeah, people are saying that their squad hasn't really gelled, so that's why they're not really playing that well, which is true. Out of all the clubs, they've probably improved their squad the most. They've paid them, they've bought in a lot of players. But yeah, with Chelsea, the thing about Chelsea is that they'll probably improve the most out of all the teams because they have so many signings, and as the season goes on, they'll get better and better, which is kind of a scary thought because being a rival fan, like who knows how good this team can become, and we'll just have to wait and see. The other teams, Manchester City, who have had a poor start to the season. I thought after last season they would have come out swinging this season, and they sort of did against Wolves. Like that was an impressive win, but then they dropped points in the next game against Leicester, and they dropped more points now against Leeds. And now it looks like it's going to be a subpar season, even though it's only been 3 games. But and yeah, the other factor is that they're missing their strikers, Gabriel and Aguero, so that is another factor. So, I think Man City will still be in the top two, but yeah, it'll definitely be a long season. Then we have Manchester United, who, look, let's not get carried away. It's been 3 games. That was a shocking result against Tottenham, but I think Man United will bounce back. They'll probably go on a run after this. Um, but yeah, just a really, really poor. It's not so much the result is bad, but just the way they've been playing recently has just been like, and then Ollie's been coming out saying that, you know, they haven't really had a preseason and like it's going to take him time to get up to speed. I don't know if you can really use that excuse because, well, it's like how long can you use that excuse for? Because if you're dropping points, then you're pretty much like screwing a season up. Um, yeah. Oh my God, I've just been talking about one point. I've got a bunch of points here. Um, I think we'll just leave it there for now. I think I'll make a bunch of other videos because it's going to be a long international break and there's lots to talk about. And yeah, I can make lots of videos, so yeah, it should be good.